Hi, I'm Alex. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. You read the title. Today we're doing a 24-hour reading challenge, but I wanted to add a little bit of a theme to it. I noticed going through my physical TBR this month, especially I did like a random TBR for March. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below. But somehow this random TBR picked a bunch of like OG BookTok books. So I realized that I bought a lot of these books when they were going viral and still haven't touched them. And I've been putting them off for a very long time. So we're going to be doing a 24-hour readathon of the OG BookTok books. I am going to be doing the timer method where I do it over the course of a few days. Hopefully 3 or less, because usually it takes me like 4 or 5 and then it's annoying. But we're going to be doing the timer method, pausing it when I'm not reading. We're about to leave the house. I'm going to go sit and read at Starbucks. And we're starting with It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I'm on page 16 of this book. I started it this morning, didn't get super far in. I also have an audiobook on deck. I think we're going to do Red Queen by Victoria Avillard. Is that her last name? I don't own it. I do have $15 in Barnes gift cards, so maybe we'll go buy it tomorrow, not tonight, depending if I like it or not. They just read Powerless, and a bunch of people compare Powerless to Red Queen, so I wanted to see what Red Queen was. But that's where we're starting with Tessa Bailey, with Red Queen, and let's get into it.
I hate First Friday. It makes the village crowded.
So I ended up going to Panera instead of Starbucks, obviously, because I wasn't really in the mood for a Starbucks drink, and I had a gift card to Panera, so I was able to not spend any money, which is gorgeous. We're an hour and 15 minutes into this challenge. I am 100 pages into It Happened One Summer and 2 chapters into Red Queen. I don't know what that translates to in pages, but I'm really enjoying this book so far. It's going super quick. I think I read for like 40 minutes and got through 84 pages, so it's pretty good. I'm like 26% of the way through the book. But this book is inspired by Schitt's Creek, and I am a huge Schitt's Creek fan. It's one of my favorite TV shows. I don't know if I said that before or not. So I'm really enjoying this. It's definitely my favorite Tessa Bailey book so far. I usually am not like a huge fan of her books because I feel like they're all spice, no plot. But this one actually has a plot, and we're 25% in and there's no spice, so that's good. This car is blasting music, but I just got to Target. They're doing a like 50% off like baby clearance right now. And I am due with our first baby in 3 months, so I'm going in to see if they have anything in here. I'll be listening to the audiobook of Red Queen the whole time, and I'm gonna try to update this once an hour, so I'll update you when we have like 22 hours remaining and we're over 2 hours in. Okay, I did not end up updating when I got home from Target last night, but we have 18 hours and 37 minutes left, so we're 5.5 hours in. I just finished It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I really enjoyed this book, like way more than I expected to. I think I'm gonna rate it 4 stars, but I honestly was debating 4.5 because I actually liked it. The only thing that was like meh to me was I feel like Tessa Bailey's like spice is just so raunchy, and I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I don't know. Piper and Brendan were just such like a sweet romantic couple that it felt out of place to have the like spicy moments not also reflect that. But I did really like it. Like I said at the beginning of this, I wasn't expecting to like this book because I don't normally like Tessa Bailey's writing, but I think this one has definitely the most plot out of the 5 that I've read by her. It makes me actually want to pick up Hook, Line, and Sinker, but we'll see. I also got to chapter 6 in Red Queen last night, which is like 13% of the way through. I did all the math and I think it's like around page 50, but I don't have the physical copy, so I don't know for sure. But we are about to head out of the house, so it's going to be another long period of time listening to the Red Queen audiobook. We'll see if I can finish it, but I don't know if I can. I've listened to like an hour of it so far, which I listen at 2x speed, so I've gotten through like 2 hours of the book, but it's like a 12.5-hour book, so I don't know if I can do another 5 hours. Like I don't think I'll be out for that long, but I need to go be an adult and go grocery shopping, and I'm gonna go to a couple more Targets to once again look for baby clearance stuff because I didn't find anything last night. And then when we get home, I think I'm gonna start Twisted Love by Anna Huang. Although part of me wants to read a fantasy, although I can't read Red Queen and another fantasy at the same time, so I guess it'll depend on how much of the audiobook I can listen to. But let's go run some errands.
Her eyes on me. To my surprise, she doesn't look angry or even disappointed with me. Instead, her gaze is soft.
I just ran out of audiobook listening time on Spotify mid chapter 8. That is so annoying. I guess while I'm in here, I have 18 hours and 7 minutes left, so we listen to another 30 minutes worth of audiobook. But while I'm in Target, I guess we'll start a new audiobook. I don't know. I'm so sad. Okay, so I'm gonna start, this really sucks. I'm gonna start These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, because I know this was also, like, big on booktok around the time the rest of these books were, so this is what I have available to me on Libby. This is what I'm gonna listen to. I guess I could check Hoopla. I haven't done that. I guess we'll see if they have Red Queen inside. I feel like Target normally does have Red Queen, so if they have it, I'll just grab it and finish reading it, because it would be really frustrating to me to get through so much of the audiobook and not be able to finish it. But yeah, I guess we're starting These Violent Delights now. Okay, so we're 7.5 hours in with just under 16.5 left. It's 1:25. I'm like halfway done, a little over halfway done running errands, and I am 3.5 hours into These Violent Delights, the audiobook. Let me see what percentage that is. I'm exactly 25% through These Violent Delights. So this book is like a retelling of Romeo and Juliet in Shanghai, but with like drugs and like gangs. Well, obviously Romeo and Juliet has actual gangs too, but I don't know that I'm enjoying it. But it is sitting on my shelf at home, so at least I'm working towards taking a book off my physical TBR. I really wish that I had not run out of audiobook credits with Spotify or like hours, because I was enjoying Red Queen, and it had just gotten to like an actual like good part, and I was starting to get super invested. I did look at how much it would be to just like top off my audiobook hours for the month, so they add like 10 hours to your listening time, and it's $13. My whole like premium for the month is only $14 for me and my husband. Like, why would I do that? It's silly. And Hoopla, if you use Hoopla, apparently your library gets like a certain number of things that can be withdrawn per day, and mine's already maxed, so I can't get it through there either. And I looked in Target and Costco, which I've seen Red Queen at both of those stores in the last 3 weeks, and neither of them had it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. We might be buying the Kindle version so I can finish it, but now I need to finish these Violent Delights first. But anyways, I'm going to keep listening to this, keep running errands, and I will update you when I get home. Okay, so I'm on my little audiobook walk. I would say of the day, but I honestly haven't done this in a long time, so that would not be fair to say, but it's like 65 degrees and beautiful out today, so definitely wanted to get outside. But I'm listening to these Violent Delights still. I'm like 70% of the way through it, I think. And I'm also 65% of the way through Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I have 11 and a half hours exactly left, so we're 12 and a half hours in. I'm really enjoying Twisted Love, although the spice feels like it like came out of nowhere. Like it's not like out of place like it was, or like it doesn't like not go with the story like it did and it happened with One Summer. I think it's very like, it makes sense for the storyline, but it just was like book hit 50% and suddenly that's what the book was spice, which is like fine. But this book is wild. I like Alex. I think that he's scary, but he's like a more tame version of like Zaid from Haunting Adeline, if you've read that. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm still not like super into these Violent Delights, but I'm hoping that changes. There's not a lot of it that really feels like it's a mystery to me. Not a mystery. Wow, there's not a lot of it that feels like a fantasy to me. And I think that there was a time when it could have been considered a fantasy or a sci-fi novel, but now the things that happen in it are just like real life, honestly. So it's not as like fiction as it was when it came out, but I don't know. I've never heard anybody like say that, so if you agree, can you please let me know in the comments so I don't feel so alone. But I'm gonna go back to my audiobook now, and we're definitely not finishing this challenge tonight because it's almost 6 p.m. But I'm gonna try to read a lot. My husband's like going out with friends tonight, so probably just gonna finish Twisted Love and maybe try to get some stuff done and finish these Violent Delights. But I have like 3 hours left of listening time with the audiobook, so we'll see what happens there. You're balancing in a very precarious position, so I hope you don't fall. But we have just under 10 hours left, so 14 hours down, and I just finished Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I think this is going to be another 4-star book for me. I really enjoyed it, and I'm honestly really excited to get into Twisted Games, and am debating starting it now, but haven't like fully decided. I made like a list of the like 2020 like booktok books that I hadn't read yet, and all the ones I physically own versus the ones I don't. I'm in the mood to keep reading. I don't really want to listen to an audiobook right now, so I'm probably not going to keep reading these Violent Delights at the moment, but I need to go through this list and see if there's anything else that is either on Kindle Unlimited or available on Libby for me to download right now, because I just read faster on my Kindle. But I'm going to take a little bit of a break figure out what book I'm gonna read next, and I'll update you when I decide what to read. So I ended up reading nothing else last night, which is a shame because the pregnancy insomnia kept me up until 6:45 a.m. and my brain just could not like read during that time. I just came out to get massive Starbucks because I desperately needed this morning, but my Red Queen hold came available from the library this morning, so I'm gonna listen to these Violent Delights and finish it just because I'm like close, but I'm gonna listen to audiobooks while I'm working today. It's not gonna finish the last 10 hours, but it'll get some of that done. But because of that, I'm not gonna be able to update all day. I'll give like a quick update during my lunch and then an update after I'm done working. But I obviously am not gonna film while I'm working. So I'm gonna listen to my audiobook and try to be a little more alive. Hopefully when I update you at lunch, I'm in a better spot in my life. I ended up listening to 0% of my book today because it was just a crazy like day in terms of like data and numbers and needing to be fully present for work, which is totally fine. Those days happen. But yeah, I couldn't listen to audiobook and focus on work. So it's now like 5:30. I'm on my little audiobook walk of the day and still listening to these Violent Delights. I'm 70% through, which I think I said that's where I was at before, but I was only at 60, not 70. I have like 2.5 hours of listening time, less of that, and then I'm gonna go sit at Panera and start Caraval finally, because I've wanted to read it for so long. But yeah, that's the plan. Just going on a little walk, trying to get in some exercise. It's 60 degrees. It's gonna rain all day tomorrow, so this challenge is definitely gonna go into tomorrow. It's gonna end up taking me 5 days, which is wild, but my own fault. So yeah, we'll see what we get up to tonight. Okay, it's Tuesday afternoon now. I'm on my lunch, just eating a salad, and I have 5 hours and 6 minutes left. Last night I took like a quick clip when I finished these Violent Delights, but my husband was asleep, so I didn't want it to be like I didn't want to do anything like noisy, but I finished that and read 40%, 50% of Caraval last night. I'm currently 75% of the way through the book. It's going so fast. I think I've spent like less than 2 hours reading, honestly, which is faster than my normal pace. So I am definitely enjoying this book. I am gonna try to knock out some reading right now while I eat my salad. And then, yeah, late lunch today because of crises at work, but that's okay. But time to read. I'm debating what to do after Caraval because I'm definitely gonna finish this in like the next hour. I'll finish this by the end of my lunch. So I'm debating if I should. I think I said yesterday that the hold for Red Queen was available, so I'm debating if I want to finish it, but I don't think there's enough like time in the challenge to finish it because I have like 5 hours of listening time left. But I do think that I could potentially get through Twisted Games in 4 hours, so part of me wants to pick that up, but we'll see what happens. I want to finish 5 books in this challenge. It's my like typical for a 24-hour reading challenge, so we will see, but I'll keep you updated. Sorry if this lighting is atrocious, but it's like dark and gloomy and raining, so there's not much I can do about it. I just finished Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I I have like 4 hours and 11 minutes left. My phone is elsewhere though. I don't know where it is. So now I'm stuck with a debate of what do I read next. Part of me wants to look and see if, what's the second book in this called? Legendary is available. Part of me wants to read Twisted Games. Part of me wants to just go to Barnes and buy Red Queen and finish the last 80% of it. I also have the hold for Archer's Voice, but again, it's the audiobook and it's just going to take over the amount of time, and I want something that I can finish in the last 4 hours. So I'm going to look around, see if the library has the hold for Legendary. If it doesn't, I'll probably just read Twisted Games. My thoughts on this book. I, right off the bat, rated it 4 stars. I am debating upping the rating to 4.5. I really enjoyed it. It was super quick. I'll probably keep it at 4 stars, but it was super quick. It was very, like, captivating. I thought it was written really well. I am glad that I read it because it's been on my TBR for a long time. And I actually think Once Upon a Broken Heart has been on my TBR for longer, so once I finish the trilogy, I can finally read that trilogy. I have stressed myself out over the fact that I've so far started 4 new series in this video. I guess the other thing I could do is read Hook, Line, and Sinker, because then I could cross that off and not worry about like the rest of that like series from Tessa Bailey, but I don't know. I'm definitely way more interested in Twisted Games than literally anything else at the moment, so I'll probably just read that. But as always, I'll keep you updated. I'm hoping I can finish this challenge tonight. It's like 5 o'clock. It should not be an issue. And I'm really sick of this not being done, so yeah. If I can finish another book tonight, I also will have finished 5 books in 5 days because today's March 5th, which would be awesome. I could, in theory, try to do 31 books in 31 days this month, but I don't know if that's a little nuts though. I don't know. We don't have like a ton going on in March, so maybe I will try it. We'll see. That's not the point of this video though. Okay, it's now Wednesday. We're still not done with this challenge, and I'm ready for this challenge to be over because I just want to read what I want, and that is not OG BookTok books, so I decided that I'm just gonna finish listening to Red Queen. It's gonna go 30 minutes over the 24 hours, but I frankly don't care at this point. I'm over it. So yeah, I listened to some of it this morning. I got 50% of the way through, or 51% of the way through. So I have 3 hours left of listening time, and then we will finally be done. But this will get done today. Mark my words, we will be done by the end of the day today. We need to be done. And I still haven't filmed an outro for it, so I ended up finishing these 4 books plus Red Queen within the 24 hours. So we started with It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, rated it 4 stars, really enjoyed it. Actually picked up Hook, Line, and Sinker as soon as the challenge was over and finished that. And then I read Twisted Love by Anna Huang. Once I finished Hook, Line, and Sinker, I picked up Twisted Games, is that the second one? Read that, really enjoyed it. And I'm currently reading Twisted Hate. I don't know, I'm reading the 3rd one right now. And then I finished These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. Not my like favorite book, but I probably will continue the series just to see. Also, I rated Twisted Love 4 stars and These Violent Delights 3. And then I read, or 3.5. And then I read Caraval by Stephanie Garber, which I rated 4 stars as well. And I went and picked up Legendary from Barnes a few days ago with some gift cards that I had. So I'm looking forward to getting to that soon. And then after all of that, I finished Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I really enjoyed Red Queen. I see the comparisons to Powerless now. And I am going to continue on with the series, but it's not like a super high priority for me. But those are the 5 books in 24 hours that I managed to read for this challenge. That's going to be it for this video. I might try to do one more of these before my baby comes, but we'll see how hectic April is. We have a lot to get done before then, so I don't know if it's possible. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.